Hello Destiny fans, IronOB here. Destiny 2 The Witch Queen has been out for a little over a week, and with that much time under my belt and hitting the hard cap of 1550 with my Titan, I thought it was the appropriate time to give my thoughts on Destiny 2's latest expansion, and whether it elevates the story that Destiny 2 has been seemingly hiding in the background and lore tabs, and how, if at all, Destiny 2 will push this narrative going forward into this year and leading up to its next big expansion, Lightfall, in 2023. The first obvious talking point is the Witch Queen story and campaign. I've played through the campaign with a full fire team twice and found it to be a challenging experience filled with very tough enemies and almost Destiny-like raid encounters with many sections and boss fights. However, if you choose or still choose to go down this road for your campaign, in the Witch Queen I highly recommend it, as it's been for me a constant Destiny player, a fun engaging experience, and the best technical Destiny campaign I've played to date. Defeating the campaign on Legendary difficulty yields its own suite of rewards with an exclusive emblem, one pick of one of the new exotics for your class, Titan, Warlock, or Hunter, and a full set of 1520 gear to start your leveling journey to hit 1550 and eventually onto the hard cap, pinnacle cap of 1560, this season's pinnacle power. For me, a harder campaign was one of the main selling points for me when it came to Witch Queen, and actually generally got me excited at the prospect of being challenged in the campaign, something generally Destiny has kept non-challenging as a way to introduce new players into the mechanics of the game, what the game is, how it functions, and what you'll be doing for the next 1,000 hours if you choose to continue playing Destiny after the story, and seeing how the current story continues unfolding this season. With the regular campaign still available to players not looking for a challenge, I see no reason for Bungie to not continue this trend with Destiny 2 campaigns going forward, as I think it will be the best for everybody, because you still have your hard stuff, so if you want to go in and really challenge yourself, that's there, but if you want to take it easy and you just want to play the campaign for a casual experience, it's still there for you as well. But I do like that Bungie has incentivized you, and it wants to push you to playing the Legendary version of their campaign. When it comes to endgame, after you defeat the campaign, you'll be getting into Destiny's real game, which is the grind. Destiny and Destiny 2 respectively have always been about starting that game of leveling and looking for the perfect gun rolls to take on these endgame activities, or if you LFG, or if you have a 6-man fire team, Destiny's long-running and widely praised raids, bringing with them some of not Destiny's most challenging but rewarding experience, if your team can rise to the challenge. Beyond that, you'll have after-action missions that might trigger only after beating the campaign, such as exotic quests and weapon crafting, a new system introduced in this expansion, and while weapon crafting is still early days, the Destiny Q community has been running the weapons and perks through their gauntlet, trying to find out what works best for which encounters, and which ones need to get toned down or potentially just turned off and nerfed before we get started into the next raid, coming launch very, very soon, almost 3 days after this review has gone live. Strike's a short 3-person PvE activity, Crucible, and your main PvP experience, and the recently revamped for a third time Gambit, a mix of PvE and PvP, make up your 3 activities in Witch Queen, not to mention all the after-story content, the Wellspring activity, and all the weapons to craft and unlock. There's never been a better time to be a Destiny 2 player. If you're looking for content, you will not find it lacking in this expansion for Destiny. With Witch Queen, Bungie has started to chart Destiny's path forward going into the next 2 big expansion it's planning to release over the next 2 years. My one gripe this season, beyond the many bugs that have cropped up after launch, by the way, good job Bungie on launching pretty solidly. We didn't have almost any wait or any big technical issues on the launch of Destiny 2 The Witch Queen. That's a major breakthrough for Bungie. But seemingly that Destiny's story always seems to be preparing us for this coming threat that just never seems to get close enough to take seriously. It's always almost here or right around the corner, but when we get to that corner, it's gone and it's hiding around the next corner. Hopefully with Lightfall next year, Bungie will finally put us out against this mysterious longtime foe and finally feel like we're fighting the actual battle rather than being almost to the actual battle. For longtime Destiny players, Witch Queen has brought forth a lot of systems that the community's been asking for and revitalized a player base that was unsure of where Bungie was heading next. But for players who have lapsed or when they played Destiny didn't find its systems and grinding all that appealing, there's nothing really in this expansion that will keep you interested enough for you to give Destiny another chance. It is still the same game it's always been. You play through the campaign, you level, you get your guns, you find out what works, and you go to take on endgame activities. That's been Destiny's bread and butter, and no expansion that comes out will ever fundamentally change the game so much that is not the core loop. Anyway, guys, that was my sort of short take pre-raid review, as we haven't played the raid yet, and this video is coming out a little bit before, 3 days before the raid launches, but I wanted to give you my thoughts, what I think Witch Queen has done well, the systems that have been put in place, and I will believably put out another review, a post-raid review, after I've gone through the raid with my team, and we've had a little more of the seasonal stuff going on with the Psyops and Keitel and Zavala and Saladin. A quick note on that, I like where we're going with that. I think the future of this season will be interesting, and I'm actually excited for what might potentially even be an Iron Banner, maybe not Iron Banner, but an Iron Lord season next season, season 17 or whatever we're currently on is 16. I think moving on to season 17 will be interesting if they go that direction. But anyway, guys, I've been Iron Obi. This has been my pre-raid review for Witch Queen, and I'll see you guys in the post-raid review.